Alright, we got the CRF300L here on the lift for repair manual production. And I'm just gonna throw some tips out there while we're doing this in video form. So, for the valve adjustment, theoretically, you can take out the two radiator mounting bolts, and this gives you enough room to kind of finagle this out of the way and get to this valve cover, which over here on this side, and you can see this is just really not a lot of room to work in here, which is kind of what I'm going to be getting at. So you can barely see one of the bolts right here. You got a radiator hose in the way. A lot of, like the electronics, you got a regulator rectifier over here, an ECU. So my tip or recommendation, I think the interval on this is like 16,000 miles. That's a pretty good amount of seat time on a bike like this. So the way I think we're going to write it up in our manual, you know, feel free to shortcut it if you want to. I'm going to take some more stuff out of the way. I think I'm going to get this radiator hose out of the way. I think I'm going to get some of these electronics out of the way, and we'll write it up the best we can to make it as simple and smooth as possible. But the reason I'm going to do it like that instead of wrestling this thing out of here is what happens, and what's happened with this bike is it's been ridden off-road quite a bit, so it's got a lot of dirt and debris, and I've already done quite a bit of cleaning here. But it's, I mean, there's a hose way down in here that had mud all over the back of it, and my fear is by not removing some of this stuff, even though I've cleaned, I feel like not only is this going to be a real pain to get this out without taking more items off, it's going to be a great opportunity for dirt to fall down into the engine, which just seems like a bad idea. So my advice would be clean thoroughly. And like I said, with a huge service interval of 16,000 miles, maybe just take some more stuff off. By then, it's time to go ahead and drain your coolant anyway. And do a lot of cleaning, get a few more things out of the way. Then this valve cover is going to have like two bolts, be super easy to come off of here, and make it no problem to get to your valve for the inspection. And then if you have to actually adjust it, it's going to be a little bit more work. It's not bad. It just gives you more room to work, clean, inspect. Check out your hoses and change your coolant maybe while you're there, and come out a little better than try to wrestle this out of here and get dirt down in your engine. Alright, so I probably went farther than you have to here removing things, but just by removing the radiator here, I mean, look at what a clear view I have of this valve cover now. You can see it, and what else happened while doing that? Look at all this dirt in here. You couldn't even see that dirt before it. So you can clean more, maybe even get, like, you know, especially down in your spark plug hole, you know, some compressed air. And actually, you know, I don't know if everybody's aware of that, but if you look up underneath here, if it's gonna focus, there's a hole right there. That's the drain for the spark plug. So if you get dirt, debris, anything in there, that's a drain, so it doesn't fill up with water and short out your spark plug. So clean all around, which you can do much better with some of this stuff out of the way. Just because I'm taking the whole bike apart anyway, I took the electrical bracket over here that had the regulator rectifier, the CDI, the angle sensor, all that stuff on there, and that really gives you a wide open view. Got the crankcase breather out of the way. I don't know that you really need to fool with all that on this. I don't know that would really help you that much in getting the valve cover off, but the radiator and the fan, removing this radiator hose that went over to here, gives you such a better angle to remove these two bolts and take this valve cover off, and then get down to inspect and or adjust your valve clearance. And it really didn't take that long to get the radiator out of the way. And like I said, at 16,000 miles, it can't hurt to check your radiator hose clamps, change your coolant, clean everything up really good, and keep the dirt out of here, you know, when you do this procedure on your bike. You know, yeah, I would recommend removing a few components. And like I said earlier, we'll write all this up into step-by-step instructions. I'll put a link to this manual when we have it completed, and you can get it online or you can buy the book and get the online version for free. So hopefully this helps you guys out.